Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Well, thank you, Mr. Announcer, for that lovely intro. Well, hello there. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 369. And no jokes of the last two numbers in that episode. Please, thank you. We're going to talk about what happened tonight on AEW Dynamite. Just finished watching it. It took place in Laredo, Texas, and it started off... a couple of things before I do start off on talking about what happened in Dynamite tonight. A couple of big, huge celebrity deaths have have happened, and one is I think I don't know if I forgot to address this earlier on. The genius Lanny Poffo, or Leaping Lanny Poffo, last week had passed away at the age of 65, I believe, or 68. Very, very young. Rest in the poet laureate of the WWE. And this week, though, Jerry Jarrett, the father of Jeff Jarrett, former wrestler and turned promoter, passed away this week, as is an American icon, an actress, beautiful, probably the original sex symbol of the 60s and 70s. We're talking about Raquel Welch. She passed away at the age of 82. So rest in peace and to these three individuals, and condolences to all their families, friends, and also and prayers as well to all. Condolences and prayers to their families, friends, and fans as well. So, so that is the three deaths that were mentioned: two wrestling and one in Hollywood. So, and rest in peace, and to a timeless beauty like Raquel Welch. And speaking of Jerry Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett had opted to fight. Opted to do this event, and probably that's what he wanted to do, probably out of respect. Does this to keep his mind off, basically, the death of his father, as he teamed up with Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh. I'm not going to make fun of them tonight due to the situation. They took on Orange Cassidy, Billy Gunn, the Acclaimed, and the Guns did make an appearance on the entrance ramp to distract their father, probably taunting them by winning the tag team titles. And the team, the Acclaimed, Billy Gunn, and Orange Cassidy did win the matchup. Orange Cassidy had Danhausen in his corner as well. And there was a Texas Tornado matchup as the Blackpool Combat Club teams of Jon Moxley and the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Claudio Castagnoli took on the team of Las Facción Ingobernables, that would be Rush and Preston Vance, the Perro Peligroso. And they fought before. They fought before the bell, and then during the match as well. Jose the Assistant gets involved in the matchup, and Wheeler Yuta ends up showing up and fights him during the matchup. And by the time, I'm sure Wheeler Yuta gets done with Jose the Assistant, we know as Jose Jalapeno on a stick. So, anyways, as a result, the Blackpool Combat Club did win the matchup. More on them, though. But during backstage, it'll be the Butcher, the Blade, and Kip Sabian attacking Adam Page. Referees in dark order then run them off. And Adam Page also have a match against Kip Sabian. More on that situation. Jim Ross sat down with an interview with Wardlow, and Wardlow had a relationship with his father, and before he passed away. And Wardlow says in honor of his father, he'll grow his hair and beard. But the problem was Samoa Joe cut his hair, and that's why Wardlow is vowing at Revolution to make him pay. for that. So Mark Briscoe went one-on-one with Josh Woods, of the Varsity Athlete, and Tony Nese and Ari Daivari attacked Briscoe. It seems like the Trustbusters, I think they're broken up because Parker Boudreaux is now with Mogul Associates, and we don't know what Sonny Kiss is doing. But whatever, Ari Daivari has joined up. They attacked Briscoe during the matchup, but the Lucha Brothers evened things up and giving Mark Briscoe the victory using his brother's finishing maneuver, honoring his brother. We don't know. We heard that the Ring of Honor will be returning for a weekly show March the 2nd on the Honor Club, site. So you can check that out. Renee Paquette sat down and interviewed with Adam Cole. Adam Cole says he's looking forward back to Revolution. He says he's looking down the roster about who his first opponent will be. He says he's going to keep that in his back pocket, so to speak. MJF decided to make his obligatory Laredo appearance, which he didn't want to do. MJF addresses the Laredo crowd about Bryan Danielson. He brings out Christopher Daniels to talk about Bryan Danielson. And then Christopher Daniels kind of exposed the deal that he was going to give a lot of some money to talk trash about Daniel Bryanson. Gives the money back to MJF. He said, he talked about how hard Bryan Danielson worked, and he believed in professional wrestling. MJF slaps the mic out of his hand. Both started arguing. Christopher Daniels slaps MJF. MJF attacks Daniels and tries to give him the salt of the earth Fujiwara armbar, but Bryan Danielson ends up chasing MJF away. The Guns had a promo of being the champions, and they said at Revolution they'll defend the titles. So, Jungle Boy Jack Perry took on Brian Cage the Machine. Jungle Boy Jack Perry did win the matchup, but then Christian Cage made his return. And then when Jack Perry went to go after him, he gets maced by Christian Cage. And then what happened was he pulled off his sling and his arm. Said fine, hits Jack Perry with the unprettier. And so I would believe that Revolution, those two will go at it. Then Renee Paquette interviewed, announced that there are going to be 2 tag team battle royals, and the winners of those 2 battle royals will take place in a triple threat match to challenge the Guns for the AEW tag team title. But the Acclaim came in and said, hey, we want our rematch, so we'll be the 4th team involved at Revolution. Then the Elite cut a promo on the NBA All-Star game, going to goof around with basketballs, and Top Flight and AR Fox interrupt the Elite, wants to challenge them again. And they said, we want to run it back one more time. They say, hey, you guys lost, back in the lights. And hey, I knew you like to play with balls. And doesn't see you have a set. And you know it. Kenny Omega said, okay, you're on. And then they hit Brandon Cutler in the balls with the ball. If we can say that. Adam Page recuperated long enough to go after Kip Sabian. Page beats Kip Sabian. The Blackpool Combat Club, they came back to the ring. John Moxley confronts Page. Moxley says, it's over, let it go. He said, nah, let's do it. Let's end it at Revolution. And he goes, I have a feeling you might, but you have no friends. Dark Order comes out. Evil Uno gets in Moxley's face, confronts him. And then, as Moxley keeps talking trash, Evil Uno slaps Moxley and they're blown back. Adam Page was not very happy with the whole thing. In fact, Moxley will take on Evil Uno next week on Dynamite. Then Tony Schiavone interviewed the Jericho Appreciation Society. He says Ricky Starks is crying about a match. He ain't getting it. So he says, well, you'll have me. Daniel Garcia says you have me. I think Friday and Rampage. And so and basically they don't want, Ricky Starks, you guys cheat. Oh, Chris Jericho, you're a coward, man. You guys cheated because you're scared. You're scared of Ricky Starks and you know it. Clown. And here's another idiot who's a coward. Stokely Hathaway was interviewed the rest of the firm with Ethan Page, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Kennedy. And he said, and then Stokely Hathaway, who looks like if the DNAs of Kevin Hart and Charles Barkley got mixed up, and it came out with this little freak, this little goof with his arm in the cast, goes, Hook broke my arm. Really? And Hook is suspended pending an investigation, and they're high fiving. I'm like, you clown. I think Stokely Hathaway's freaking gold bricking that injury. He's a gold bricker. AEW management, don't trust Stokely Hathaway. He's a gold bricker. And the dude, Stokely Hathaway, he goes bug eyes, and he looks like an idiot. I mean, come on, Stokely Hathaway, grow up, kid, grow up, Stokely Hathaway. You look like a goof. You're a goofy clown. You should take Seth Rollins' boots, red boots, and wear around their clown shoes on you, but it look cool on Seth Rollins. Anyhow, then there was the main event: Britt Baker in a triple threat. That's Britt Baker versus Ruby Soho versus the lovely and gorgeous and curvaceous Toni Storm. I know she's married, but Toni Storm, Lord have mercy. I don't care if she's a face or a heel. She is gorgeous. And that's Juice Robinson. I salute you, sir, in marrying that woman. Trust me. Toni Storm, what a freaking woman. Again, Juice Robinson, salute. Anyways, that's how I feel. I love Toni Storm. Her and Hikaru Shida are my favorite AEW girls. That's all I'm going to say. And, Saraya gets involved in the matchup, decides to spray paint Toni Storm's... Good Lord, when Toni Storm bent down to let Saraya spray paint the L on her, I'm like, Lord, never mind. Eric, behave yourself. Calm down. I know Toni Storm's got a great butt, but easy, Tiger, easy. All I can say is, Jesse Kansopoulos said it, a.k.a. John Stamos said it. I'll say it. Have mercy. All right? But Ruby Soho did win the matchup, though, and then Saraya and Jamie Hayter screaming at Soho. Soho says that's enough. Soho looks at the title that Jamie Hayter has and said, oh, you want this? And that's how it ends. That's how Dynamite ends. There's a special Rampage time, Friday night at 7 before SmackDown. So me and Jordy Scott will be doing live reactions on those. And that will be it, and that'll be the episode 369 of Eric Lima Shenanigans in 1977. Lord have mercy, freaking Toni Storm. I love the new look in Toni Storm, the hair, everything. It's like wrestling's Marilyn Monroe. That's what Toni Storm reminds me of, the look and everything else. Good Lord, Toni Storm. Toni Storm. That's all I'm going to say. 2 words. Toni Storm. Juice Robinson, again, salute you, sir, for marrying that woman. You're a lucky man to have her, blessed man to have her, and everything else in between. Well, I'm going to upload this episode. I'm going to go to bed. So, that's it. Tomorrow, hopefully we don't have a debacle of what happened in the Tamarkin version last week with Press Your Luck, man. Because that was a crazy, but it was a fun episode. People loved it. People enjoyed it. They laughed and had a great time. Yeah, I did a little fart in the end and all that. I think it was pretty hilarious. And, sometimes, farts can be... They try to talk to me like farts can be embarrassing. It could be the funniest thing in the world. But anyways, I know, but it's not good manners to do so. But you know what? Sometimes, you got to have a sense of humor about your life, man. About yourself, and that's probably what that's why I like doing this show. So that's the case. So I will see you guys tomorrow's episode 370, episode 23 of Press Your Luck. Banks on Tamarkin Thursday, where I'm going to try to see if I can get back on the winning track. And it seems like the whammies have plagued me for the past couple of weeks. But you know what, though? Whatever. So, and if I get plagued by the whammies again, because I got too busy thinking about Toni Storm. So anyways, I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful night. And until the next episode arrives, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production. And in association with... A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.